All right, we got a lot of speculation today. Inside of the global milestones, we have Elsa Bloodstone and Heartless Doctor Strange, which could be a whole host of possible teams that could be there. You know, it does look like if we go back in the order of teams that are being replaced, for example, Annihilators by Fantastic Four, and then Orcus being replaced by Insidious 6, looks like something like to replace Night Stalkers, or could be tied to the second version of Battleworld, because we're going to be getting Sentry. And when we got the first version, the null version of Battleworld, it was tied to Astral, which was also a war team on some degree. It was actually a pretty good team overall. So maybe they'll have something to do with that. A lot of speculation here about Midnight Suns, but there is a data mine, and big shout out to Boylon. And I'll put a link to his Discord server that's where I got this from, where it's talking about earn living mummy red stars and shards. So that could possibly be, like it's mentioned here in this post, the Legion of Monsters. It does feel like it is an appropriate Halloween theme for some way. We'll have to see how that plays out. Also, we should be getting Zombie Kestrel around Halloween to tie in with the Undying team. That was a character that the community voted on to be included into the Undying team, which I think is pretty cool. Boylan also says, reminder that Werewolf by Night is inside of the data mines. However, we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm not really sure, but Werewolf by Night I think was an option. But we voted for Man-Thing instead? But that was back when we were trying to make the Night Stalkers team, right? Where Oath was basically Karen mentored by Morbius, and so on and so on. Anyways, I don't know. That's just an old school reference right there. Something super, super, super annoying. A lot of people saying, why did they get rid of the war energy refills? It's not gone. It's just that it's been reconfigured for somewhat a reason, and it's not at the top. So this is really, really bad, and this needs to be, put back towards the top. But because there's one for power cores up there, but the one that's for shop credits is at the bottom of the list. Now, speaking at the bottom of the list, there is a free offer. There was one yesterday, and there is one now today. You can go in game and you could scroll all the way to the right in the orb section, or you can go on the website and it's going to be a part of a chain offer. And the very first one will give you the following items. That's completely free. So go check your offers. This happened yesterday. It's happening today as well. So this is super, super annoying. And I brought it up once, maybe twice now. This is a known issue, but this is just a gentle reminder that this is broken. Fix the difficulty reset on the final node of the Annihilation Rage. Whatever difficulty is selected, Annihilation Rage is set for all the nodes except the last one. Then for some reason resets the lowest difficulties in the final node. Please fix. And you get really screwed on rewards. So when you go into a raid, in the very first node, you pick the difficulty. Right here, you can see I've gone in and picked the hardest difficulty. And you can see when I get here to the second last node, it still picks up heroic. But as soon as I hit the last node, it defaults back to normal difficulty. And if you're just going through it quickly, you're not going to be doing it on normal. And I do know that the developers know about this. So maybe this will be fixed in the next hotfix, the next patch, something like that. We will have to see. Also, one last thing. This will be a relatively short video. Hellfire Club event search. Some people have been talking about this. If you go into the command center, it will prompt you for this, and you're like, well, how do I do it? Well, you have to restart the game. If I restart the game, it'll pop up. So right here, it says hint, Hellfire Club or Conquerors. Conquerors are that tag for this season of Blaster. Just like for the Quasar season, we had the Harbinger. So they're just letting us know that, Fantastic Four, I think it's Insidious 6 and Hellfire Club are Conquerors, and probably one more team. And if I log in and log out, this will populate, and I'll get the 100, the materials for the pass. So that's not, it's just kind of annoying. Like if you're on during server reset, which was an hour ago, this will be the default. All right, well, that will do it for today's video. Kind of short video for today. Bye for now.